Alright, welcome back to the next part of, Jesus Christ. Art time episode, yeah, let's go, woo! Can't friggin' speak today, yeah. Anyways, if you find yourself enjoying the episode, please leave a like and, of course, subscribe for more. So, we last left off with, the background. I had, like, a few things to do in the background. I'll remove the demons for a second so you can see it. See a decent amount done here. And we've gone on ahead and did all the demons over here. So we're going to go ahead and do all the demons. But, yeah, I am tired, as per usual. So, we're going right into this. Anyways, so the demons. Yes, all of these here are demons. There's, many demons here, but there's only 10 that we can draw. Well, technically 11, but I'm not going to draw Mothras. Also, I need to look back up what I did for this one. Yes, of course. As a matter of fact, it seems as though I'm going to have to look back and see what I did for the nests here now, aren't I? That's the JPEG, that's not what I want. 47, and of course the Stingling. Alright, now I just need to take a quick look at what I did to the nest over here. Okay, I didn't do anything to the nest. All I did was just that. Right, got it. Easy enough. Alright, good. Oh, wait. There is one thing that we have to do, however. I need you to be scattered properly. Yes, of course. These little insect demons here going on ahead, flying around and doing their thing with these weird holes inside of this weird hive looking thing. Of course there's the shading that we have to do, but for now this will do. I guess we'll just get the Stingling over here finished. It's a good thing most of the stuff here that we had drawn previously in this particular department is pretty much all done, said and done. So this will make it go by a little bit quicker. So, yes. All I gotta do now is just look at what I have to do here and what I need to do for these here demons, and we'll be set. So, okay, stop it. Why are you doing that now all of a sudden? Why can't you just stop? Let's see. This is probably going to get done with fully on Wednesday. We're going to try to get done with it tonight, of course, but chances are we won't be able to get done with it until Wednesday occurs. Description-wise, of course. The description's going to take some time to write, so we do want to try to get ourselves a decent amount of this done with today, if at all possible. So the quicker we can get done with this, the better. Anywho's and wits. I don't really have anything to talk about. We're just kind of going into this relaxed, chill. Not a whole lot to really discuss at the moment. Just something nice and relaxed. Apparently I have 2 eyes here instead of the 3. For some reason it says number 1 twice, so I can easily fix that. And I'm going ahead and put that in the Stingling. And there we go. Here's the limbs. Nice. Great. Fantastic. I forgot what these Stinglings did. Quick check here. And I make nests here. Ooh, what's this? Interesting. But I make nests in that thing. The stinger of the Stingling acts similar to the wasp stinger, so it doesn't come out. And they stack poison in order to kill their targets quickly. Yes, of course, poison. Also, who the hell is this? No idea. But, yes, this is what they do. They inject their poison. I'm not going to look too further into this because I am too tired. but we are going at it still regardless. Let's see. I guess for this one I'll have this be separate, so I'll have limbs 1C down here. Oh, I know what I can talk about. So I've been looking at Paint Maze, not like, the Dreams version. I've been thinking about that Unity series that I might make at some point, where I simply just go on ahead and make games on Unity as a series. And I was looking back at Paint Maze, remind myself of how certain things are made. And I gotta say, I'm surprised I'm able to remember most of what it is that I'm supposed to, lay out here. But, yeah, I've showed you, the premise for Paint Maze. I showed you what that is. Essentially, it's just, think of it like MS Paint. I don't exactly have a really easy way, you see that? Lines and stuff like that, about the same size of that. Imagine it in a maze kind of format, kind of something like that. That's the idea that I had in mind for Paint Maze. But of course there's more to it than just that particular mechanic. Not mechanic, gameplay. And there's a lot of, I guess you would call them mechanics, throughout the entirety of that, Oh, I guess the wings only had one. Or it could just be the skin. It's hard to tell. But, yeah. Yeah, the entirety of Paint Maze and the world map that I have in mind, I have it all written down now. Well, not I know the gameplay. The gameplay I basically have on Dreams. All I gotta do is just go on Dreams, remind myself what it was that I needed to do, or to, make a certain thing. And then once I've gotten to a point where I can confidently say that I'm able to, recreate that mechanic in Unity with actual coding instead of the kind of coding, quote-unquote, system that Dreams has. If I can do that, I shouldn't have any issues being able to make the game Paint Maze. Especially if I can get a good music-making software and get all that stuff taken care of. Sparkling this, so I guess I'll do the ones that I have already set here. But, yeah. We got ourselves something to look forward to. Probably around September. Also, let me switch back to this. Most likely around, the beginning of September. We'll see what happens. I think what I'm going to do somewhere in mid-August or early August, depending on, how long it takes for me to get done with certain things. I'm going to go on ahead and try to learn a little bit more about Unity. Get a good basic tutorial off screen. And I think what I'm going to try to do is get the basic movement stuff going down. Once I can figure out how to do that and how to move things where I need to move them, we got ourselves a good starting point. Then when September begins, we'll go on ahead and make a series of it. It'll probably be every Wednesday, most likely. And whether or not I decide to do more videos during a week depends, really. At most, I'd say maybe Wednesdays and Saturdays, and Sundays are just open up to whatever. Well, I guess it depends on what drawing it is that I'm doing. When it comes to certain drawings here, say if it's an others or an animals drawing that literally does not take that long to make and I can make the full video, that would most likely get posted on Sunday, because we always want to try to get a head start on a Sunday, the only day that we are thankfully able to get consistently days off. Saturday is a little bit iffy. Sometimes you may never know if they're going to try to make everyone work Saturday or not. I was lucky enough to avoid a decent amount of Saturdays as of recent. Thanks to this stupid rotation thing that we're doing, I almost had to work Saturday. But, well, first off, somebody signed it. But then, the day before Saturday, the people decided to remove it from the board, for B shift at least. Which is strange, to say the least, but I guess no reason to complain there, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, great, awesome. Okay, this is detail. Good. What are you looking at, cat? I do have vague recollections of working with some form of coding in a GameMaker program long ago. Not like the old version, like the newer version. The one where I was trying to make the Realm of the Cats game, but unfortunately couldn't really do that as effectively. And, yeah. Kind of why I want to try to make a series on it. Even if nobody's watching, it does motivate me to keep on expanding upon the series. To see my progress, like, slowly and steadily work itself out. But, you know, it's always good to want to have that there. And as we learn the basics and figure out some things, then, you know, we go on and do the things that we need to do. The reason why I'm doing it after, or, when September begins, I should say, is because I have so much stuff planned in June, July, and August. Even after I'm done with this drawing, there's still one more drawing that I have to get done with to prepare for July's hardcore mature drawing. Whew. I gotta do it this week, because next week I have to worry about the drawing with Imagilu. And that's 4 characters. 3 1/4 if you count, if you don't count Grimoire as a character. But, you know, it is what it is. Splicer's up next. Also, I should do a little bit of this here. No, wait, no, this one. On a tree here. There we go. This bark's pretty thick. You wouldn't be able to see the tree in that area. Alright, this one's easy. All I gotta say is Splicer and 1A, and then we go on to the next one. But yes, Paint Maze should not be that difficult whatsoever for me to make. This is essentially what it is that we have to do on Paint Maze, like before I start making a series of it. My first objective, obviously, would be to figure out how to make the walls and make the player's movements and all that stuff. Once we can figure out how to make the player move, then you know, that's when we decide, okay, there's some promise here. Series starts now. Oh wait, hold on. Anger jitter, I mean jittle. Angle jitter low, and then we just go on ahead and rotate this as we see fit. Yeah. But yeah, the movement system shouldn't be too difficult. If I'm going off of GameMaker logic, I would have to figure out a way for the models to interact in some way, shape, or form. Or maybe not interact. I think at this point it's more so just a case of the tech to see if this particular type of model is you know, there, or say if it's a wall or something, and you know, you go on ahead and have some detection thing, because in GameMaker there's this I don't know what you would call it. There's this thing that you can go on ahead and utilize to detect certain types of things. Oh wait, hold on a second. So say, for example, if you had an object that's, you know, a wall, and a lot of things have that parent wall, you're not able to go through it, pass through it. It'd be a case of, if so-and-so object type is, let's say, relative coordinates, whatever the relative coordinates would be. It's been a while since I've done anything in Game Maker, so my memory of it is very hazy. But if there is a wall there, and you press the right key, you won't move. But if there's no wall there, and the right key is pressed, then move player block this way. But it's more like a teleport. It's like, here's this, and then it's just, it's like, imagine there's no transition. Because it's essentially supposed to look like it's one block, right? It's like one pixel it's supposed to look like. With the exception being colorblind mode, obviously, because, you know, it's a game that relies on you knowing what color does what. It would be a shame if you weren't able to play it because you're colorblind and have no idea what a certain block means. Now, I don't have a dread spider here. That's fine. I can get myself a dread spider drone. Where's dread spider at? Yeah, even if the dreams variation of it, I have a colorblind mode, which basically activated a what was it? A visible thing. Like there's certain thing that's invisible if colorblind mode is off, but if you turn it on, it turns invisible. And because I didn't really get too far into it, because I was thinking, I'll make everything grayscale when this mode activates. I think I had, actually. But whenever that activates, everything goes grayscale, so it makes it easier. Although, I mean, yeah, there's like, I don't know much about color blindness and all that stuff. I am not colorblind, so I have no idea how any of that works. But it's a good generalization to have everything be gray and have everything have symbols on it. If you see a pitch, like, black and white is very easy to, like, distinguish. Also, I feel like that needs to be darker. Darker and less orange. There we go. Black and white is very easy to distinguish. When it comes to black and white, black is the wall, white is the, backdrop, essentially. So when you take that into consideration, those don't need symbols, so it's easy to see this dark square here as a wall rather than anything else. There's also fake walls and invisible walls. These, of course, will not have any symbols on it because they're supposed to be a means of, like, trickery and whatnot for those who look for secrets. Alright, your limb's actually more red here. And sometimes it's less about secrets and more about trying to, you know, I mean, there's a certain area that I have in this particular area that I, for now, I'm calling it Tricky Plateau, which is essentially the 9th area in the game. It's essentially just showing you all the trickery and stuff, but you, like, not utilizing it as a secretive mean, but utilizing it as a means to essentially just, like, you know, have it as an actual mechanic to have to look for it. Because I never got this far in the level creating process. I had all of the gameplay stuff set up, and it was all on Dream. The only thing that stopped me on Dream was the lack of space. In the world map, that is. The lack of space in the world map kills me. This is why I am thinking about going, or this is why I have been thinking about going over to Unity instead, so that I don't have to worry about all of these spaces that I am unable to procure because there's just the PS4 apparently can't handle it and they don't want the system to get broke or something. I don't know. So that's why I'm thinking about heading over to Unity and learning how to do that, which is a good thing. If I ever want to go into game development, it would help if I can get the time in to actually go and develop games. So, learning how to do Unity and turning it into a series is a good thing. Why not? I mean, sure, it bodes, not bode. It meshes well with the kind of content I've been creating, which is essentially just me creating stuff. There are some gaming here and there, but a large majority of what I have been doing mainly consists of just creating. Art Time, Minecraft RTC Edition, even Sonic Adventures 2 when it comes to creating the best show possible. But also having game play and all that stuff, so yeah. Man, I really wish the Dream wasn't so damn limiting. I have a few problems with it, but it's fine. It's a decent program if your projects aren't, like, insanely complex. Although, Paint Maze as a level system is actually really simple. It's just making a world map as... what was this thing called again? That was called Dread Spider, right? Yeah, Dread Spider. It's just making the world map. That was a very painful part. And here I am seeing that bar going up and up and up, and I'm like, I'm not even done with this yet. I still gotta, like, put in a level preview of the freaking area you're going in. It's insane. It's really insane. The reason why I stopped working on Space Blasters is because the freaking thermometer just keeps going up and up, and I'm just adding ships in. How are the ships so goddamn complex? It's baffling sometimes. Makes me wonder if it's a hell of a lot better on PS5, but I don't know. I'll do the head first. All I know is that I feel like I need to just start getting into Unity and Blender and some music making app on here as well. Something, at the very least. I feel a tiny bit more confident in making music now, thanks to Space Blasters at least. I still feel like I need to get more practice in, of course. But, we'll hold off on that for a little while longer. Wait a minute. Why is that antenna? Hold on. The antenna here looks multicolored, which makes no sense. Oh, that's why. Okay, never mind. That makes sense. For now, I'll just leave this as one coherent thing. There's a little nub here. We don't really need that nub. No, I guess I don't need that there either. Yes, your wing. Of course, your wing. But, yeah. Yeah, Unity. Can't wait to do that when time comes. That's weird. Colors here look somewhat similar. Right, anyways, oh, I did fill the path and it just looks a bit weird. So, a lot of stuff, though, to get done with before I can actually get to making Paint Maze, however. A whole lot of stuff. An insane amount of stuff. All I can tell you is that, it's a lot. I guess I'll do the Swine Beast next. Basic white, of course. Open up that there Swine Beast. There it is. A strange looking demon indeed. Imagine seeing that thing barreling towards you. Oof. Alright, let's see. Are you where you need to be? Ah, good. You are where you need to be. Awesome. Unless... No. Where are you? Where are you? What are you? 1G? Ugh. Why are you all the way up there? It's fine. Plant 1G. Okay, good, great. Nothing changed. Just plant 1G over here doing its thing. So, where was I? Ah, yes, of course. We're talking about a little bit more about Paint Maze and the world map and all that stuff. Well, I don't want to spoil things too much, even though we're going to be, like, making all of this stuff, or maybe not all of it. We'll probably separate it to an extent, but still, like, keep up with doing some things here and there. But, there's a decent amount of areas. There's 35 areas so far. Uncertain if I'll make more. A large majority of areas are going to possess at least around 20 levels, just about. But at most, it usually is going to take like 10 levels to get to the next area. That's the idea in mind. I mean, I really got like a... I mean, I can show you that at least. Yeah, sure, why not? I can show you that. Now, here's the maze thing. Like, I have a completely different idea in mind for this. Because in Dreams, I had the map size as 25 by 15. Because there was the best, like, area to put it in. I think for this, I'm going to have it be 23 by 23 instead. A lot more space, a lot more squares to work with. Might be too big, who knows? We'll see what happens. We might make it smaller. Like, I don't know, I don't want it to be 20, I don't want it to be 15 by 15 either, because that's too small. 25 seems like a good amount. But you start here, go in through to here, complete the level to do this, all that stuff, complete level to unlock this and that. And then these yellow things here, this yellow lock, where is it? Right here, is meant to be what is essentially the, you know, there's something in this level or somewhere in the area, or somewhere in general, that will unlock this lock, which allows you to get to here. And to spoil it a bit, this is a shortcut, but to get to this shortcut, you have to go through an incredibly difficult obstacle to reach another endpoint to get to here. And of course, these 3 levels are a pain in the ass as well to try to persuade you to not go in that direction and go the normal direction. The point is, if you're like, if you have 100% the game and you're like, I'm going to go back in and speedrun it, you go on ahead and speedrun it. And you'll go and get yourself a huge boost. But, I guess I can tell you the, well, main map area. Jesus freaking Christ with this gas nonsense. So the main area, we got Area 1, that's connected to Area 6A, which is a, you know, there's going to be, oh wait, that's hoofs, right, never mind, I forgot that the bottom's hands there. So you got the main, Area 1, which goes into Area 2, and can go into Area 6A, if you can get past that particular shortcut. Assuming if you can do it. If you're just starting off, chances are you're not going to be able to get past that. Because it's meant to be extremely difficult. For a reason. It's supposed to be like, you know, just like dissuade people from skipping and going past that point. Be like, well, this is not a good area. I'm gonna just ignore this area and do something else. And then they go on ahead and ignore the area and do something else. Then they go into Area 2. Area 2 has no connection points here. No optional areas. And yes, there's a lot of optional areas. I guess I can give you the rundown of the numbers here. There is a grand total of 17 main areas. You're not going to have to go through all of them to get to the end, but if you want 100%, you're going to have to go through all of them. And then there is, if I remember correctly, 18? I mean, I could probably I mean, yeah, 18 would make sense because of the whole, what do you call it here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, yeah. 17 main areas and 18, at the moment, optional areas or shortcuts. Some optional areas are dead ends, some optional areas give you shortcuts to get to different areas. But, yeah. The entirety of the area system is like you can skip almost all of them if you can go find the preferred optional path. And I will tell you what the preferred path is once I've told you the main area. 2 does not have any optional paths, so the only other place you can go is forward into the third area. And yeah, mind you, the map system here is somewhat similar to, like, you know, the Super Mario map system. You know, like, I guess the most recent example, not most recent example, but a good example I can give you, was it Super Mario Wii U or something? Where there's like a whole bunch of areas, a whole bunch of shortcuts and stuff like that. That's essentially what the map here is inspired off of. So the third area here is what is technically considered the crossroads, and at this point it diverges off into 2 different paths. Before we talk about that, the third area has multiple options. Well, yeah, I guess technically there's what, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 areas. 7 if you count the second area that you can go to at this point. 2 of the main areas continue on the normal route. The other 2 areas are locked off by secrets. I'm not going to tell you which one, because if I can get this made and somebody watches this, they'll be like, the secret! I know the secret now! Assuming that somebody even watches it at that point. But, yeah, there's 2 secret areas here. Oh, Jungle Clot would say, that's right. Not Blood Fungus, but Jungle Clots. The areas, secrets, blah, blah, blah. Those areas lead to dead ends. At the moment, I don't know if I'm going to have any more going into it in one of them. But essentially what they does, is allow for you to just experience more of the game. One area introduces you to a certain type of obstacle pretty early on. And another one is just an interesting little thing you can do with the enemies that, make them look like snakes. I can tell you that much for a fact, at least. So I think that would be an interesting thing, to say the least. And the other 2 areas are locked off but require a very special thing to occur. One area, I guess I can say this, requires you to flip all levers within all of the areas, minus a few areas. Or should it be main area? It depends. We could have it be 16 or 17. Could have like one area not have it. I feel like the main path levers make more sense for those. Well, that depends really. But having it access through all areas, unless, yeah, because there are some areas that are like locked off through certain needs and whatnot. So we could do that. Look, we're in like the planning process. We're not necessarily in any major, massive working process. Glow. Yeah, I should make the mushrooms glow, shouldn't I? We're in like the planning process right now. Well, not really planning. I had been playing this out for like ages now, but never really got around to doing it. And I think it might be a good idea to do that at some point. Once we've gotten all the major drawings done with. Because why not? Hell, having a game-making series on the channel would help. Mayhaps. We'll see. Alright, now jungle clots I apparently have not saved. Or blood fungus, I mean. Those little floating mushrooms. Not mushrooms, jellyfish. So, yeah, we're gonna go on ahead and make them a new SWAT setup. I gotta figure out where exactly they are going to reside here, because, yeah, you gotta be above that, above the rocks, above the bushes, above the plants. Essentially right around here. Bodies, 1A. Were you guys transparent? And you were definitely more red. Yeah, it looked like you were more just like blood that's lit up or something. Like your body is made out of blood. Body. And your stingers, I guess I could make your stingers a tiny bit different. A little bit more red. Stingers. Oh, I guess I don't need to have bodies 1A if I'm only going for 1. Stingers! DR blood fungus. Wait, what was her code again? Yeah, blood fungus, right. I was right. I don't know why I didn't think that was right, but no, I was right. Oh wait, shit, you guys have particles coming off of you. Of course. Right, of course. Hold on, let me get the blood fungus back up in here. Anyways, back to what I was talking about before. So, one of the blocked paths that I was talking about, outside of the lever-related blocked paths, is a gate, that of which is met at the crossroads. The one that separates the paths into 2 different paths that would lead you either to the A route or the B route, let's just call them. And this gate can't be opened up by any normal means. Let's just say this particular gate requires a very certain RNG-related event to occur. I'm not going to spoil what that is, but it's pretty unnerving and terrifying when that event happens. That will be your only hint. But once that gate opens up, it leads you to another series of, like, gates and whatnot, which is essentially just like a whole bunch of colored doors. There's colored locks. Go on ahead and have, like, the locks kind of on, like, a turn. I mean, yeah, we might have it to be on turns. Oh, it depends, really. It depends. Oh, wait, right, I gotta save the blood fungus, right. There we go. Whoops. Which one should I do next? Because it doesn't matter. You have more complexity to you, so I'll draw you first. I'll put you underneath the vines. It'll be a hell of a lot easier if I did it like that. Hey, and that's where the flowers are too, so awesome. Wait, unless this is going to get in the way. Hold on. Eyes, I guess I can do. These weird giant flies, but the crimson okay, of course there's grass there. Of course there's grass there. Freaking just go to the plant then. We'll have it above the thing instead. Why not? Also, where's that tree at? Tree 6A, where's that tree at? I don't know where the tree at, so it seems like this is a good place to put it. Seems like it. Anyways, as I was saying before, this area that you enter in is a gated off area, that of which you have to find several keys for. And the key system is a rainbow key setup. So, Roy G. Biv! That's where you gotta locate. Whoops. If you can find the keys, you'll be able to open it up. But trust me when I say that you're not going to like what you find inside of their gate system. Behind each gate is 1 level, and complete all 7 levels and you unlock a hidden area. This hidden area, so to speak, is, let's just say, very creepy. And that's all I'm going to say about it. And that's all I need to say about it. Anyways, So aside from that, and what is the lever-based puzzle area, there is the main paths. We don't need to talk about the optional areas. We're just talking about the main paths and the optional areas that will come off of those particular main paths. So the main path route goes as follows. You got 4A and 4B. And it keeps on going and going and going until it reaches to 9, where it all converges onto 9. That is essentially what is the case here. Let me see here for a second. Yeah, I guess that could work. Feelers underneath the stinger. These guys kind of look like the potatoes up top. Not up top, down below. You know what I'm talking about, the potatoes? The demons that look like rotten, grody potatoes, these things right here? At least only that part here. I think the major difference with this thing is that it has legs that it's tucked in right now. Think of it like large pincers, kind of like this almost. Somewhat like that. And just, not pincers, but you know what I'm talking about. Large, stubby legs. They're like giant mosquitoes, you know? Very, very annoying. Probably can kill you easily. See? Right, I'll have these be their feelers. I'll call this feelers 1A. Anyways, 4A and 4B both goes off of, you know, the third area, of course. I don't want to, like, spoil the names right now, of course. But they both go off of 3, and they both have, optional areas you can go to, with one of them having a shortcut area. Well, essentially, like, kind of tiny bit cuts through the optional area. Just a tiny bit. And there's like a certain thing that you gotta do in the level to be able to access the actual optional area, if you want to. Assuming you want to, you know, torture yourself in what would be probably a difficult level. I mean, it depends, really. Because essentially movement is as fast as you can press the button. I'm also going to have a situation where you can hold the button down, but it goes up, like, at a relatively moderate pace, but kind of slow for how fast you need to be on certain occasions. But that is essentially the movement system. Yeah, that's another thing I'm going to have to try to figure out, is the timing. Trying to figure out how time works. Anyways, as I was saying before, these areas have optional areas. Then we go into 5A and 5B, both of which are, you know, they don't have any optional areas at all. Then we go into 6A and 6B, both of which has, I guess, multiple optional areas, except, like, you know, one optional area expands. Forgot to mention that 4A's optional area has another optional area once you've gotten down into it. So let's just say there's 2 optional areas in 4A. Spines, I'll call this one. But in 6A, there's an optional area and in a particular level where you have to, like, go around. Let's just say this, it's a time-based secret, and it's not easy to get. Hell, actually, I think I can pretty much tell you what this one's going to be, because it's not going to be easy to get. You have to be like, you got 7 seconds to do it on a 25 block instance. Are you a bad enough mofo to click a button multiple times over? I don't think so. I tried to do something similar to, I tried to, have a certain setup on Dreams on trying to get past that particular secret, and it was hard. You can go on ahead and give you the thing. Here's your directional pad. It's like, doing that is not easy, and then you gotta switch over to this, and then this, and you got 7 seconds to do, because one of the mechanics in the game is a water block that essentially, when you go into it, you have 7 seconds of air. Apparently, you have the lungs of a I was going to say walnut, but that means you wouldn't be able to breathe in there anyways, or you wouldn't be able to breathe, period. But, yeah. Yeah, that's, Mosquito Demon. I'm going to figure out a name for it whenever I draw it fully. But yeah, you go into the water, and you only have 7 seconds before you drown. Which is, not really good for some block on an adventure. But that is the case. I'm thinking about making this demon just a tiny bit bigger. Maybe they duck their heads in as they go in and they just reside in their little huts. It kind of makes sense for these demons to be a little bit bigger, you know? All things considered. And these demons have a strange looking jaw. That's their teeth right there. Bye-to-bye. Do I want it to be red? It would look weird if there's a green demon amongst a sea of reds and oranges. That's essentially what... Oh, I don't think I did this in the previous episode, but I added a mushroom area to this place. And why not? It makes sense, you know. We got orange mushrooms here, so it makes sense if we had orange mushrooms in this area as well. We got blue mushrooms and orange mushrooms. Alright, I guess skin number 1? Well, it depends, really. I think you're going to just have red teeth. Bright red teeth. Kind of like those Venus flytraps. Teeth 1B. But, yeah, as I was saying before, it's going to be a pain in the ass to try to spam click on a controller, at least. It might not be difficult on a keyboard. Hopefully. And hopefully adding in 25, or 23 blocks, actually, isn't going to make this impossible. Of course, we can try to, fine-tune it as much as we can. I guess I'll call that horns. We can try to fine-tune the area as much as we can to make it not impossible, but make it difficult for people to be able to go around and complete that. And going to the second completion finish line doesn't unlock the main path. The second finish line only unlocks the secondary path, the one that's locked off by pretty much everything. That's how that system is going to work. It's just mainly so that you don't have a way to skip the level if you can. Sometimes they're in the beginning, sometimes they're located towards the end. Either way, it's just a means to make it so that you can't just, skip parts of a level. Even if that means you have to go through it again. But that's fine. Because you went through it again, you shouldn't have any issues doing it again. Right? I'll make this a bit more redder. That's just about. Anyways. We can have an orange leaf here. Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. I mean, not as much. Not as much unless it's brown leaves. Could make it a little bit more browner. Yeah, sure, why not? Also, this is supposed to be above that. And the other one is supposed to be below that. Alright, who's in wits? Back to the area discussion stuff. So, 6A has actually a few paths that you can go to, a couple of optional areas, continues into 7A. N is a shortcut point between two areas in Area 1, or two areas going into Area 1. One is only accessible from Area 1, and one is only accessible in Area 6. I mean, actually, I guess I can show you this. Again, this is the area that brings you into Area 6. This is the area that you have to go in through Area 6 to get to. This is its own thing. Whether or not this has any importance to anything massive, probably a lever. I'll be honest, there's probably going to be a lever here. The first lever that you should be able to gain access to would be in Area 2, most likely, if I can remember that is. But that is where the lever will most likely be in Area 1. So you just don't be like, ooh, hey, a lever. No, we want to save all of the intricate stuff and all of the, like, you know, the little tiny bits of mechanics for later areas. Why not? Arm. Why not? It allows for you to be surprised and amazed and say, oh, there's more to this than I thought. Because there is more to this. I want this to be a big game. But I want to use Unity to be able to make it. And learn how to use Unity, so making this is the best case scenario. Like, I already know, like, the basics of what I have to do thanks to Game Maker. I just gotta learn how to do it in Unity, and then we're set. Because that's essentially all it needs is the basics. That's all we need is the basics right here. If we have the basics, then we'll have the ability to be able to make the thing that we need to make. Of course, even if we do have the basics, it's still going to be complex as hell. You ever made a world map before? It is complex. I had to use like so many variable like breakups to make the first world map, then I didn't even get to finish because the freaking I was too concerned about the thermometer, the space thing, that I was like, ugh. What's the point if I can't go all out and make it as big as I possibly can? And I'm not like making the whole world area. I'm just making I'm just making the first area, and I'm having each area separated by, like, you know, the rooms or whatever the hell Dreams calls them, scenes. I'm not making the entire world map, no. I'm making the first area, and already the scene is getting too complex, despite the fact that it doesn't look like it should be getting that complex. Don't get me wrong, I like Dreams, but man, is it limiting. Anyways, back to what I was talking about before I go on another tangent. So, yeah, that area and the bonus areas in 6A that allows you to get to multiple different areas, that kind of stuff. That's what we've got going for us there in that department. 6B, however, only leads to one optional area, and that optional area leads to another optional area, and that optional area leads to another optional area. The main path, optional, and optional. But that one, like, leads you up to, like, the last area, but you can't get to it, because it's a one-way shortcut. It's mainly just a means to be like, hey, congratulations, you got down to the dead-end path. This is not where the end is. No, the end is up there, on that volcano. And yes, the end will be a volcano, because why not? Lava is like the main kind of block that you have to deal with sometimes. It essentially just goes on ahead through... Oh, You moved position. You were in a perfect position, Cat. I guess that's still pretty good. How did you know? How did you know I was about to take a picture of you? Anyways. So, yeah. That's going to be interesting. And the only reason to have an area like that is to be like, well, I want to add more levels, even if these levels aren't necessarily mandatory to complete the game in any percent. I just want to have more levels, you know? And it's easy to make levels, too, because I have a 23 by 23 space to work with here. Maybe 23 by 23. We'll see. Could be that I do 20... No, I prefer for it to be a square, actually. Well, you know, these things, they take a little bit of planning out. And I'll have to, like, make a set of levels to, like, try to figure out if this is what I want, if this is the size that I want. We could go for a 19 by 19. No, that wouldn't make any sense. Because we can only go by... Well, we could... we'll see what happens. As I've said before, I don't exactly know. I could try to go for, like, 300 space... No. I did the math, too, on a calculator. I don't know if I saved it to history. Oh, no, I did. With a Dreams 25 by 15, we have 375 block spaces, which was decent, but the verticality, because it's landscape, right? 25 by 15. That's not exact, but you get what I mean. But 23 by 23, the idea here is to try to get the entire square screen here, and then have this area be like where, you know, because there is like a few things in this game, mechanic-wise. The right side UI is where all the keys are. It shows a max of 8 keys, but it's not like you need more than 8 keys, at least I don't think just yet. We'll see what occurs. And if you do need more than 8 keys, well, you're probably going to have to use up a key to be able to do that. But with that being said, the other UI is essentially the danger UI, which in Dreams I had it as 1 bar, but I think I'm going to change it to 3 different bars. I think 3 bars is the best case scenario that I can go for here. Maybe. Chubby. Or I could have it be like you can hold 16... Well, it depends. Depends on what I decide to do. I don't know yet. I have no idea just yet. But we'll see what occurs. We won't know until we get to September. And even then, I'm not sure what the hell I'm going to do with all of the stuff that I gotta get done with. But we can manage. I think we can manage. I realize I said but, despite the fact that I didn't do the thing for the but. Once this limitation period ends, there is a certain setup that I want to like try to focus on going throughout every month. Oops. Wait, what? Why did you bring me back to the hut, you idiot? No, go to the butt, not the hut. The certain setup that I have planned for, well, I should tell you this after I've talked to y'all about the areas here, shouldn't I? Alright, I'll get back to this in a minute. Continuing on with the area conversation, we talked about the 2 6s, and now for the 7s. 7A and 7B has optional areas that are combined. The optional areas can only be accessed by going to each area of 7A and 7B, and then activating a lever, different from the lever that is needed for the one optional area in Area 3. But activating this lever will give you a sign that something opened up. Maybe like half of something disappears on the door to give you a sign that, oh, there's more here? Well, I've been throughout this entire level, because the way the level stuff is going to be is complete a level, and you get the thing that you need to get there. Say, like, if there's a key. You don't need to find a key. Well, you do need to find a key in the world map. But to grab the key, you went to the hut again. To grab the key, you have to complete the level that the key resides above. To pull a lever, you have to complete the level that the lever resides in. It's essentially just complete the level to do the things that you need to do on the world map. Nothing complex. If you completed all the levels that you can complete within the area and the thing still didn't open, well, try a different area. Although, I guess that it's a spoiler, but you didn't hear it from me. You didn't hear it as a single thing. Anyways, I don't know what this is going to be. Mantis demon? This is not even a mantis. What is this insect? I just made some weird insect. I'll call it a village insect demon for now. Until I get to a point where I can, do something else. Alright, how long have we been at this so far? An hour? Oh, yeah, an hour. Okay, interesting. Not bad timing. I got an hour and a half to shade in and texture all of these demons. That shouldn't be too difficult. First things first, I should do the nest. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're supposed to be combined into the same thing. And, this secret area is pretty important lore-wise, but I'm not going to say anything about it. Yes, there is lore. And there is going to be voice acting. I have voice acted it in dreams. Made it sound like this shy-sounding girl, surprisingly. I don't have the tone to be able to do it right now. I think I'm in the Crunk voice. Yeah, maybe. I think I'm in the Crunk voice right now. But, yeah. We won't worry about discussing the war just about now. Anywho's and wits. So, next up is 8A and 8B, which leads... Oh, wait, right. I forgot to tell you about 6A's little optional area that is also accessible via 8A. And this little optional area has another optional area that, let's just say, probably has like one of the most stressful mechanics in the game. Stressful as in, you're on a time crunch, but if you get yes, perfect example. It's like the elephant foot from Chernobyl. You're near it, you experience extreme radiation, and you get close to it, the radiation gets worse until you die. The only difference is, you can recover from it. It's a slow recovery, though. That's like the radiation mechanic. Like, if I remember correctly, it's a 3-block ring. The 3-block ring, simply put, is, you go into the ring and the radiation meter goes up by 1. I believe there's 8 notches. On the outer ring, it takes 3 seconds for it to go up by 1. And every time you go closer into the ring, the timer resets. And then it gets shorter. So the third ring goes in by 1 notch, and you're on a 3-second timer. Go into the second ring, it goes up another notch, and now you're on a 2-second timer. Go into the final ring, which is literally just like you're touching it, sideways or diagonally. It goes up a 3rd block, and now you're essentially, it's ticking down to 1 second now. Every second you're getting radiated. But go out of the block, the timer doesn't reset, but it extends the timer before the next radiation thing hits. So if you can manage to get into it, you get 3 radiation notches, but if you can get out quick enough, before the 1 second hits, you'll get out slightly scathed, but with only like 3 notches of radiation. And if I remember correctly, if there's no radiation in the area, it takes a second for each notch to go down. Which could be detrimental, because if there's an area filled with a whole bunch of enemies, and you have to like sit still in a certain spot, and the enemy is like beelining its ass towards you, which, by the way, there's no enemies that randomly moves. There's no randomness in this game. The only randomness is this one particular mechanic. But it's only random once to unlock something, and then it's simple. It's simply just, well, I don't want to spoil it. So, enemies simply move up and down, or left and right, or counterclockwise whenever they hit a wall, or counterclockwise whenever they hit a wall. Think of it like, I guess the best example I can give you is Choo Choo Rocket, with how they are, when they hit the wall, they go clockwise, but in this department it goes clockwise or counterclockwise, depending on the enemy. All the enemies look the same. They're all orange squares. The only time you can tell an enemy apart is if you're on colorblind mode, which... Actually, no, never mind. Colorblind mode is just showing you what the thing is. It's a skull for an enemy there. There's no reason to show you that they move horizontal or vertical or clockwise or anything like that when you can't even tell that in normal mode. So yeah, it's just going to be a skull. You're just going to see an enemy with a skull. It's up to you to figure out which enemy is the one that's going what direction. But yeah, the radiation mechanic can be a pain. At least with water, as soon as you get out of the water, the breath timer resets. Same with the poison. I already told you about poison, but in case you haven't forgotten, if you step on a 4th poison block in a row, so say if you step on 1 poison block, then a 2nd one in a row, 3rd one in a row, 4th one in a row, you die. Get off the poison block, poison counter resets back to 0, and you can go back onto the poison again. That was a weird mechanic that I thought up of, but it was a unique and interesting mechanic, and I decided, yeah, sure. I'll go on ahead and stick with that mechanic. I remember long ago when the ice block used to be like this purple, weird, like slick kind of thing, and I decided to have teleporters instead. It was definitely interesting at the time. I have vague memories of making this when I was a kid. And I'm glad I might be able to make it fully this time instead of trying to fiddle with dreams nonsense on occasion. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Can't wait to do that when the time comes. I guess I'll just go in order. Anyways, back to the conversation at hand. Area 8A leads into a secret area. Mangled that you can also get access to via Area 6A. Area 6B, I think, leads into 2 different areas, if I remember correctly. Because, I somewhat added this in, because I knew I wanted to have somewhat of a rocky area. Yeah, Area 8B. That's where that area is. The 2 optional areas. And then everything converges into Area 9. That's where everything reconverges, and this is like the bottleneck point. There is no shortcuts to get around this area. No matter what, you have to go into this area to do the things that you need to do. But there is one major shortcut within here that's a little bit difficult to get to, I think. I don't know. I can't remember. But there is an area that you can get to, and the 9th area has 3 different paths to go to. 2 main paths and 1 optional path. I think I have one... Okay, this would be a spoiler, so I'm not going to say it. But there's a certain special secret door, or a level that you have to get past, that, whenever you die, something changes in it that changes something else in a certain area. It's up to you to try to figure out what that is. I'm not going to say any more than that. But it's essentially just like a crap ton of false walls. Yeah, false walls. And each false wall's essentially like... Well, it depends, really. I think If I remember correctly, I think it's all of them are false walls, but only one of them doesn't have lava hidden in them. I think that's like the only time that there's any objects inside of like objects. Because the idea with this that I want to try to go for here is that nothing overlaps, but the only time something should overlap if there is a certain circumstance, like a secret or whatnot, that I can't really like go on ahead and do otherwise. Unless... No, I don't know about that one. That could work. We could have nah. What do you think, Cat? Maybe like a laser? We just put like a laser block? But I don't know if laser blocks should go through... they probably should go through false walls. It's been a while since I've even worked on something like that. Too damn long. And I miss working on something like that. I need to get Unity up and running at some point and start working on that stuff instead. Alright, so next up is the feelers, and then after that we'll be on to the other ones. I'm actually quite surprised of how much we're getting done with here. Now, we only got a couple of demons shaded in. But it's not like all of these demons are going to be that difficult to do. Anyways, back to what I was talking about before. The area at hand, not Area 9, that area, the thing that I said, the requirements going into that, that gets you to the optional area, which is a specific mechanic that's not really located in many areas, only like a couple of them, I think. But, that's essentially the plan for that. There's another area here that allows you to get to, another pathway, so to speak. I don't know exactly the requirements. But we're going to talk about 10A and 10B. We have split paths this time, but the only major difference is 10A, takes you directly to the beginning of the 11th area, while 10B, which is going to be extremely difficult to beat, is going to take you straight to the end, semi-end. Whoops. Is going to take you straight to the second to last level of Area 11, which is right at the final level of the game. Final level main path-wise, at the very least. And it's going to be very difficult. A lot of lava, a lot of moving platforms, a whole bunch of other stuff. It's just a whole bunch of pain and misery. But it's a speedrunning path. And there you go, folks. There's all of the areas in the map, or not the map, but the area setup that I have in mind for this particular thing. Most areas have like 20 levels in them. It takes like 10 levels around that point, depending on like where you started, to be able to get through an area. There's a ton of optional stuff that you don't need to do, but you can do if you want to. There's many side paths, even side paths that just lead to nowhere, and it's just simply, here's some more levels for you to play. There's no reason to do them. You can just go ahead and play them. Like, you can go through all of the areas and get done with all of the paths that you can get done with, and you don't even have to complete every single level. I mean, me personally, I'd be a completionist, so I would try to go out of my way to complete the levels, assuming I freaking know how to get through a certain level or two. Some levels are definitely going to be a bit of a challenge puzzle-wise. It's also going to be challenging for me to try to make said puzzles, but I think I might be able to manage. There's a decent amount of mechanics in this to keep it fresh, too, so it's not like it's entirely, like, same old, same old. So, yeah. Yeah, there's that. And also the speedrunning potential, too. Like the one main speedrunning path that many people will try to take if they're going for like an any percent path is that they try to get through the shortcut area in Area 1 to get to Area 6A. And then they'd have to just play through 6A, then through the entirety of 7A, and like find the optional, like, because there will be like certain branching off paths, kind of like, you know, here's a level that branches off in a couple of areas, here's a level, and then goes back in, so on and so forth. Not exactly in that particular, like, order, like, level placement wise. More so just like, you know, giving you a general idea on what that would look like. But we're going on ahead and going through 7A, then 8A, and then 9. And at this point, you're trying to get your arse into 10B, which is going to be extremely difficult to beat. But if you're able to do all those levels flawlessly, you can skip a whole lot of levels. You're essentially just skipping like 2 areas almost. Like, you're skipping an entire area and 90% of the last area. Or would that be considered 80%, assuming we're going by 10 levels just to get to the end here? 80% of the main path leading to the last level. And that's your any percent run there. Anybody going for a speed run would probably be going through that path. Of course, there will be achievements in this too. Actually, yeah, I can look back at the achievements on there and try to remember what most of the achievements were supposed to, because I do have the achievement list. I still have it saved like online. I can go on ahead and do that. Yes, I should look at that. Maybe I'll remember an area that I might have forgotten, potentially. I feel like I did a pretty good job remembering where pretty much everything was. I think. I'd like to think I have. But either way, none of this matters until I can get to the point where I can actually start creating it. We gotta wait until September comes. So that's a little bit off right now. But no biggie, we can wait that long. Yes, of course, we can wait. Besides, June's almost over. July, the pain month, is about to occur. As painful as it is to get all of those particular projects done with, it is going to be fulfilling. And once that's done with, it's going to be a long while before we can get to the next Ginorma Gangswers project. Let's see. Oh, there's the drain beetle here I forgot about. Man, it feels nice to be able to just discuss about that kind of stuff, game development and all that. It's been so long since I've worked on making any games in general. And now my digital art skills have improved a lot. I would like to at least try to get into doing something like that. Well, I want to try to do 3D modeling stuff, though. Whew. Okay, that was easy. Alright, I'll get you, then I'll get the Dread Spider, and that will be that for the I think simpler one, the simpler demons. And then the complex demon in the back right here. Oh yeah. I was going to talk to y'all about the plans that I have set up going into the next limitation period. That's right. So I was thinking about trying to get 10 drawings done with every month. 12 if you count the hardcore mature drawings. The reason for this being, I want to try to get, like, a good solid 8 months per limitation period. So the idea here is that I have to get 10 drawings done with a month. I still gotta keep up with the 2 drawings a week instance. But I also have to deal with, I guess, like Minecraft ROTC Edition, well, Sonic Adventures 2, followed by making the thumbnails for Minecraft ROTC Edition on the occasions once we've completed a season, and go into the next season. I don't think I'm going to make any more thumbnails for Sonic Adventures 2. I think where that is at right now is a pretty good spot. Pretty good drawing. We don't need to change the thumbnail for that one. We probably could, but I'll just leave it as is. A series that has like an endpoint. Because that does have an endpoint. Minecraft can just go forever. Which it might not. Who knows? We might like build all the things that we need to build, and then we'll like call it there until like something new occurs or something. Minecraft is going to be like a long-running series. Going to be the longest one. Going to have, well, no. Our Time is going to be the most longest series. It's going to keep on being a reoccurring series. Never ending. Going to keep on expanding. There's no reason for us to stop drawing either. Always creating, always making, always doing all of what we need to do to get all of the things that we need to get done with. Which is nice. Oh yeah, that's not even shown. And that's fine. Let's see. Yeah, I got the jungle clocked. I got these guys. Okay, good. Yeah, it makes sense that there's a lot more insect-based demons within the jungle. And I want to draw Mothras here. We haven't drawn a single one of the rulers here, and that's fine. The rulers don't need to be shown here. They're their own thing. Right now we're showcasing the demons of these areas here. Yes, the demons, of course. Anyways, yeah, I'm not sure how exactly I'm gonna go on ahead and go about doing something like that. That's the issue. We've got so little time. So to be able to get a whole bunch of stuff done within a month is not going to be easy. I mean, we kind of already do have like a decent amount of drawings I can get done with throughout like multiple months. Let me look at September actually for a quick second. Alright, here's September. So once September comes along, the idea here is to get one drawing done with before August ends. And then going into September, the first 3 days, we got one drawing there. So we got a full week, we got another full week, got another full week, and we got a semi-full week, which is 9. In other words, all I'd have to do for September is to just make an extra drawing for 1 week. And I'll go to October just to give you a general idea. So since October is only 1 day, that one doesn't count. We go into the next one. We got 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and that's it. And then we got the one in the Sunday week, depending on what happens there. So we'd have to get one extra drawing done with in October. And then the beginning Sunday, depending on what the hell that is going to be, because I don't know. I only have what's planned for this particular limitation period and getting ready to end that off soon. I don't have a whole bunch planned for the next one. And for obvious reasons, too, because we're not necessarily, like, close. I mean, we are close. We're more than halfway there. But there's still a long ways away before we can actually start working on the next limitation period. Even more so when you consider what we have to draw next. So, needless to say, it is definitely going to be quite hectic. Alongside having to get a Sonic Adventures 2 set of Sonic Adventures 2 videos recorded for like an entirety of the month. I think what I'll do is like at the end of every month, and depending on if I don't have any videos going into the next segment, we'll go on ahead and do 10 episodes. Try to get as much as we can get filled with, because we're doing like 2 every week, right? So get 10 episodes done with, keep that process going every time, every like weekend we do that. And that gets done with a decent amount of videos in that department. Alongside that, there's Minecraft ROTC Edition. This is what I'm worried about when it comes to making the Unity series, the game making series, is because as it stands right now, I currently don't have a whole lot of time to do a whole bunch of stuff. So adding another series to the list is not really going to be very easy. And the only way I can really add a series like that is by doing it once a week, which is not something I want to do. I want to do it like twice a week or more a week, depending, really. I mean, I guess I could probably, like, cut back on Minecraft ROTC Edition after the 4th season is finished, and we just do an episode every week. We put Minecraft ROTC Edition on Wednesdays instead, once the 4th season is done. And then we have Unity take its place, for the time being, of course. Maybe some days we'll have Minecraft go back to 2, depending, really. I guess it depends on what it is we have planned and, like, how big of an issue that would be. It would definitely make the seasons go by a little bit slower, but it does allow for us to get more series on channels without having to, like, go too far into it. I guess the same can be said about Sonic Adventures 2, but the difference with that is we get, like, one full... Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. We get one full, like, set of episodes done with for the rest of the month, and then we just forget about it until the end of next month or whatever the hell end is. Like, alright, good example. The beginning of July and the weekend, we're going to get 10 more episodes made so that we can get that done and out of the way with as quickly as we possibly can. And then we just forget about it until maybe August. We'll see what occurs. And we got a 4th of July weekend, so we got ourselves a decent amount of time, hopefully. We'll see. We'll see what occurs. Like, there's a lot to get done with in July. A whole lot. It shouldn't take us too long to get done with Sonic Adventures 2 videos, especially since we're going to be emblem hunting. Like, this video is going to be coming out Wednesday, and the next Sonic Adventure is coming out Thursday, but you already saw a recent episode with Eggman and that one mission that we're doing. Yeah, we're emblem hunting right now. So, theoretically speaking, it really shouldn't be that lengthy of an episode. It shouldn't be lengthy at all. It should be like, what, 20 minutes per episode now? Less than that, even? Because we're on the rings department, and soon we're going to be on the Chow department. Of course, we might have to go power-up hunting for certain things. But we'll worry about that when the time comes. Every month we get videos set for that. Minecraft's a bit different, though. With Minecraft, I don't have a whole lot of options to choose from. Also did that. Whoops. Here, look at all that. Behind the scenes, ooh! Anyways, as I was saying, we still got, like, many Minecraft videos to have to make throughout every week, too. And those are, like, 3 hours now. So it definitely is a lengthy-ass process. It definitely is pretty lengthy. We, like, have to spend a day doing Minecraft ROTC Edition. That's essentially what it is that we have to do. This is why it might be a good idea to try to cut back on the episodes by once a week instead. We get multiple episodes done within the week, and then we go on ahead and try to get a little bit more done with. Try to, like, push back the date as much as we can so that we don't have to worry about it too much. I kind of don't want to do that, so hopefully I can find some way to go on and do the thing that I wish that I need to do. Hopefully. Like, we'll see what happens. To be quite honest with you, I just blank. I'm blanking on what's going to occur. It seems simple enough. But do we have the time? Well, like I said, I don't know. So, for now, let's just keep focusing on our projects at hand. And when the time comes, we'll deal with it. Oh wait, did I forget the stinger here? I'll do that just in case. Yeah, we're close to finishing this, thankfully. I had a feeling we wouldn't have enough time. I mean, even if I didn't take that break, we still wouldn't have enough time. Like, we did a little mini break, had some cake, you know. I don't know what kind of cake it was. Butterscotch, I think it was. It was a certain type of cake that with a pale orange-esque frosting on top. Has a very unique flavor to it, but I don't know what that is. Could be butterscotch. Who the hell knows? All I know is, good lord, that cake is good! Yes. And just referencing this freaking steamed hams video where Chalmers spins around in the most freaking cleanest spinning edit I've ever seen. Somehow clean while the world around him is disoriented. But Chalmers looks normal. Somehow. Anyways, I think I already told y'all this, but I'll say it again just to like reiterate and also just more to talk about. But I was thinking about making a Pac-Man World 2 series, getting a PS2 emulator on his computer. Maybe see if there's a way I can hook up my PS4 controller and be like, hey everybody, I'm playing Pac-Man World 2 on the PS4 as I hold up the controller. Wait, on the PS4? It'd be hilarious. Be like, what? How'd you get that on the PS4? I want to play. And be like, bro, I emulated it. You can't even get it on Steam. Why is that? Why is most modern games lost to the world? Where the only way you can get them anymore now is emulating it. Apparently, it's very noticeable with freaking Nintendo when, you know, they don't release like or they remove certain games from their repertoire and, you know. Wait a minute, hold on. Something here isn't right. I know what's wrong here. You need to be like this or something. Something like this? No. It would have to be more like this. Looks like it got cut through, you know? Because these things eat the entire thing. That's what they do. They eat the entire tree. They literally go around it like once, and it causes the entire tree to just get destroyed. Where the hell? There you are. Get over here. This poor tree. Notice how there's no logs. Whoops. I don't know what the hell I just did. No. Tree. There we go. Oh, I just inverted. Never mind. If I was doing something else. Reverse to select inverse. Reverse this. Go to tree. That's blur, you idiot. There we go. There, much better. Actually, it looks like it's cut now. Well, to an extent... No, wait, hold on. This looks tiny bit off when I think you need to be like this instead. God, where the hell are you? There you are. Something along the wrong lane. Something along the lines of this. Jesus Christ. Yeah, something like that. Go to tree, goddammit. Every time you freaking go back to this placer, I'm gonna punch you. There we go. Alright, good. There we go. Now it looks like it actually is cut through. Alright, ye insect. Time for you to get textured. Oh yeah, that's another game I'd want to go back and visit. You know Centipede? Not the 2D shooting arcade one, like the 3D one with those little gnome guys, and I'm like, over here, and like, oh no. And it's just all in 3D. That's another game I want to go back to at some point. Hell, if I could get like a PS1 emulator, then maybe we could do a series like that. I mean, why wouldn't I be able to do a series on Centipede, right? I could actually probably check to see if there is... Hold on, Centipede Steam. Oh, Steam. Wait, Centipede Recharged? Is this the one? No, this is not it at all. This is not the classic PS1 one. You know the one I'm talking about. The 3D one? They really not... Hold on, I'm going to look up... I'm going to go on Steam right now and see if I can find it on the store. Go to the store. Centipede. Seriously? Unless... Let me look through all the images. No, it just looks like it's its own thing. It doesn't look like it's... Yeah, no, that's disappointing. Well, maybe if we figure out emulation, we'll go on ahead and get the 3D Centipede game, and we'll play that in the future. We'll see what happens. As I've said before, I already got so much on my plate right now. There's no way in hell I'll be able to like add a whole bunch of series to the channel until I can get out of this goddamn job and either doing this for a living or something else where I have more time on my hands. And, yeah, that's what I am. That's what I want to do. That's what I want. But will I be able to get to it? Not yet. Hopefully soon. Hopefully. But as it stands right now, we got a few series on the channel that is doing its thing. Why not? Stop it! Stop! You know I'm scolding you every time you do that. So why do you persist on doing that? God, this cat's in her teenager phase, apparently. She's 2 years old right now. Which I don't know how old that is in cat years. Stop. She's just looking at me and scratching it at the same time, too. I'm trying to do shit here. Stop it. Don't meow at me. I don't even know you can hear her. Why are you meowing like that? Like you're trying to be like, I didn't do anything wrong. There you go. Fall on the ground and start rolling all over the place. Why are you such a pest? Man. Let me see if I can wear her out so that I can do this uninterrupted. I don't know if you can hear her scratching all over the place. Are you not worn out yet, cat? Don't you rat at me. Gotcha. Man. Man. What do you want? Why are you being a pest? Alright, go back on bed. I'm almost done here, cat. I'm almost done with the demons, at least. How long have we been at this so far? Almost 2 hours. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm hoping I can get this done with early so I can wind down and get ready to sleep soon. Freaking difficulties trying to sleep. And it's annoying. So I'm trying to wind down a bit, but it still doesn't help. It still doesn't help. It's like I'm being constantly waken up by some freaking, what do you call it? I don't know how the horns are going to work here. Or the horns. Textures are going to work here. The textures here are going to be a little bit strange, I guess. Right, let me do the ones that I know that I want to have like this. Like leaf texture here, kind of. That's the jaw, that's gotta be something else. These are shells. You got blood red shell here on your arms. Ah, yes. These strange mantis-esque looking things. They do look strange, do they? Oh. These are different hands, never mind. But, yeah. It's an interesting area, that's for certain. Got a lot of interesting demons. It looks a hell of a lot better than what it looked originally. And just you wait until we get the effects and all that stuff in. I think I'm gonna do this for these, but I'll leave it cracked, or I'll crack it as well. Yeah, just to like show like ligaments or linement or flesh, not flesh. Whatever the hell insect flesh is called, in lines, kind of like you know, like lines like that, but it's also cracked. That didn't really make any sense, but you bear with me here. It's hard to make any sense of this. I should also crack the shells and a few things, but not a whole lot. The leaves will remain as they are, or leaf-esque textures will remain as they are. The head will be cracked. Ooh, strange looking demon indeed. Strange indeed, indubitably. Really makes you question how many more strange demons could we possibly come across within such a dense jungle area. I think that might be everything, actually. Seems like it. See, most of the demons here aren't intrusive. You got these guys who are pretty small, these guys are also pretty small, and these guys over here, these jungle mushrooms over here. Decent-sized jellyfish. You got this giant mosquito, this beast, this spider up top, that thing, these shrooms, which look like they blend in, but these are actually demons right here. I guess the same could probably be said to most plants in the demon realm. In all honesty, actually. When you really get wrought down to it. You know, all plants in the demon realm are technically demons. Just demon plants. Anyways, shadow time. Yeah. Alright, so, most of this place is pretty dark due to the leaves and all that stuff. That's a given, of course. So obviously some of the areas is a little bit darker than most underneath the tree areas, specifically. Areas that are a little bit opened up and have more to it, like this area for instance. There's not many trees here. This area is probably a little bit more opened up. I'd say it was a good combination of having like a lot of dense trees covering up a lot of the area, but have some areas that are like open. It's like the trees are the ocean and the open space is the continent, is what it's supposed to be. 90%, or what was it, 70% of the Crimson Jungle is made of trees. Or 1/3 of the Crimson Jungle is made of trees. Is that how that quote went? Is that where that went? No, it's 2/3. You know, 2/3 of the planet is water. This guy's alright. I can't do Peter's voice. I could probably do his... Glaff is not that bad, but it could be better. Stewie. Hey, Joe! Watch me do a flip over your car! God damn it, Peter! I'm gonna kick your ass! How can you kick what you can't move, Joe? It doesn't even sound like Peter anymore. Just sound like some random strange redneck guy who's trying to harass a handicapped cop. Remember when Joe used to be competent? And now he's just a joke. He's just the butt-end joke of the handicaps. Remember when he used to be like, you know, the greatest cop on the force, and now look where he's at? Man, Flanderization really hit Joe Swanson hard. You know what I mean? Well, anyways, what can you do? The show must go on, apparently, and everyone wants to try to be Simpsons. You gotta realize when there has to be an end. If you can't think of any more ideas for anything whatsoever, then you gotta learn how to end it. Don't take it too far. Me, personally, I only have like one season in mind for Nova Guardians, but I've got multiple seasons in mind for Elementals Reborn, multiple seasons of Chrome Wars, and only 2 in mind for Roscoe Morgan. I don't have like all the episodes set, but I feel like it should be easy, no problem whatsoever for me to come up with the episode list that I need in mind for that. I can probably even make an episodic series about the felines and do the system as is, because I already got like the script for the first episode and a synopsis for the 13 episodes. So that's something I could do at some point, because the manga is never going to happen, unfortunately. The only way the manga is going to happen is if I somehow get famous enough to have other manga making companies be like, we like your series enough to want to make it into a manga, and then we want to make it into an anime, and then we want to make it into a game, or sell merch and stuff like that. All I have to do is just keep on creating, and hope one day I'll get noticed by somebody who is fascinated by my creations and wants to animate it or mangafy it. This is the only way at the moment, because me by myself making a manga of a full-on freaking series is going to take too long. I think it'll probably take like a few months if I'm working on that only and consistently. But, yeah, that's not going to happen. Also, this kind of has to be freed up of shadows a bit. Just a tiny bit, at least in areas where there's not like a lot of shadows. Depends, really. Is that all the shadow here I'm going to do? Yeah, okay, that should be good. Alright, now for the fog. Well, yeah, here we go, fog time. We're almost done, which is great. I'll have to post this tomorrow, though. Or tonight, actually. Well, most likely tomorrow, because it's probably going to take a few hours to do. So, yes, tomorrow. Midnight Thursday. Before I do anything, I need to go to a recent drawing here and remind myself the color scheme in mind here. What was the color scheme that I had in mind? No, not that. That seems like it works, but let me see if there's a darker red I can go for. Or a darker orange. Do you have a brown fog? Brown fog number 1? Maybe not that one. Orange? No. The dark red, or semi-dark red kind of works. Alright, now here comes the pain in the ass part. Trying to figure out where the hell I need to go to get this to where it needs to go to. Let's see. That's where the dirt ends, so that means we should have you here, right? I should have some dark areas. Or maybe light, no, dark. Or light. Or just another one of these. Yeah, another one of those would do. Alright, there's the dirt. I don't want to go further in that direction. That's the dirt to there. Whoops. Went off the course here. There's the dirt for that. Here's Dirt 1F, so there's that. Oh, that's the Jungle Claw glow? Sure, yeah, why not? I'll have a fog go here. Before I do anything? Yeah, perfect, that's what I wanted to do. Let's see what I can do about making it darker. Or do I want to have some teal in here? Or dark blue? Maybe a dark blue would make more sense, going further, deeper into the area. I'd say one more dark red, and then we'll do dark blue. Yeah, that'll do. We'll go past that point over there, assuming that I'm in the right spot. That's where the grass is here. And this is where the vines is, and this is where all of that stuff is. More hanging vines. God damn it. There's the jungle clot here. And here's the dirt here. Okay. Yeah, that's where we'll go. I think I'm going to have a multi-fog here, actually. Yeah, sure, a multi-fog. Yeah, that's where I needed to go. So I'll have that one be this. I'll have this one be redder. And this one be orange. Just to kind of showcase the fact that some areas have like a certain glow to it. Interesting, to say the least. This might be the last bit. We'll see. Actually, we could probably just go over to the hut here, couldn't we? Yeah, we just go over to the hut. I think that might get us all of what we need here. Where's the hut? Scroll into the hut. Where's it start here? Ah, yes, actually, that's perfect. And the grass there. There's the fur. Oh. Yeah, that's the dread spider up there. Dirt 1M. Here's the hut, I think. Yeah, there it is. Okay, good, great, fantastic. I'll have it underneath the bush here, and this is where we'll have Fog 1E, which is probably going to be dark purple. Whoops. Dark purple. There we go, just to try to get that purple feel to it. Alright, we're making good time. Almost around 2 hours. Balloon rays. Of course, now we gotta get the lighting in. If I remember correctly, the lighting consisted of light purple. Looking back at this drawing right here, yes it does. It does consist of light purple. So I'll have the light purple kind of go here. Have it like right where underneath the tree is. Get most of the bottom area here. Try to cover up most of this area over here. Doing the best I can to make it separate from the tree without having to bring it down all the way to the tree area so it's not affected by the fog. Now for the bowl balloon light. I was going to say glow for some reason, but it's not a glow. Yeah, like have this area kind of lit up a bit. Cover up most of it. Some of the lighting, light up some of the leaves up top, best we can. We don't need to have to do that. Do that to do that. There we go. Bowl balloon particles, easy enough. All I gotta do is scatter all of this where it needs to be here and delete it in the area where it doesn't need to be, i.e. this area and this area. And the bowl balloon flares, which is also easy enough. And, yeah, great. The flares, of course. Yes, that looks good. I'll provide some deletion here just in case. Alright, good. Now the last lighting effect, the shadow rays, which I should just call this shadows and shadow rays with no one A's because we are not having multiple different shadow layers, nor do we need it. So we'll have some like black lines coming off of here. You're not going to be able to really see it, but it does kind of like give you a good idea of this being like blocking out some of the light. Well, you guys glow, so you don't need to provide shadow rays. If anything, you would provide light rays. But we don't need to do that now, do we? Yeah, the area is still generally dark where shadow rays are barely even noticeable. So I can have a decent amount of them here and there. There we go. Alright, folks. Now for the last bit of what we have to do. The effects. Ah, yes, it's going to make this look a hell of a lot different, I'll tell you that much. Alright, let's see. So we need some light purple rays up in here, lighting up most of the area here. I need some brown areas as well. Whoops. Cover up most of the darker spots that need to be like covered up. Maybe like around here or something. And add a little bit of what do you call it? I'll have orange area. Well, which kind of orange? I feel like I should have orange area here to kind of showcase the bright orange nature of an area such as this. So I'll have a light orange area here to kind of light the area up a tiny bit, but not a whole lot. You know what I mean? Just enough to show you where the lighting resides and how it all works. Light up most of the bottom here. The bulb bloom rays provide a nice orange light glow to the entire area, as best as it can in most spots. As much as it can in most spots. Many spots here are mostly just all lit up, or all covered by trees, so you can't really see a whole bunch of it. I get some pink area in here as well. Yeah, I think that's what we're missing. A nice colored pink on top of the trees up here. Oh, wait, also... I could probably do something here. Hold on. 1C, do this, and do that. Do this, and this again, this, and do that to cover up this. This to cover up some of that. I'll leave some of it open, but as much as I can fill in is what I want to have fill in. There's like little tiny bits that don't need to have a whole bunch of areas here. Alright, did I put the pink area in? I did, okay. Oh, crying out loud. Some of this up here, but not a whole bunch. Provide some more pink rays coming down. Yeah, the area looks a hell of a lot nicer now. Way nicer, now that we got this nice pink glow. Alright, now for the teal area that we'll have in the back here. Far out, things get tealed up. Okay, it's got to be a certain type of teal. Light? Lighter than that, even? Oh yeah, that looks way better. Yeah, this particular type of teal glow for most of the back right over here. And then we'll have a red area to cover up some of this back here. Which one? Light red? No, too light. Dull red? Yeah, there we go. I don't know what I'd call this area. Something about blood. Alright. I think that might be all in this department, potentially. Actually, wait, hold on. Let me try to add some of a certain type of blue color to this. light blue, maybe? You can't really see it that well here. Yeah, I guess we can have some light blue here. You can barely see it thanks to how the colors here, work, but that's fine. They just make that area look a little bit more brighter. Alright, now it's time for the sepia. It's going to be interesting to see what the sepia here is going to make this place look like. So let's try light purple first. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. Let me look through others. Here's teal. A little bit dark and dreary, which kind of makes sense. What about this shade of blue? Light it up. Maybe. We'll see. What about some yellows and oranges? Too much of one thing might not make it look as good. So we gotta try to find a good balance. Orange 4 seems good. I definitely do like orange 4. 3 is too much. 2 is too red, I think? Yeah, 2 red. And 1. 2 orange. Actually, that works perfectly. That shade of orange works perfectly. I was thinking maybe we go for light purple, but you know what? That shade of orange does work perfectly. And man, that's another red hued theme-based area finished. And it still looks so completely different from the other one. Effects without effects. Effects without effects. It definitely does look decent. Definitely way better than what it looked like before. Oh god. As soon as I go on ahead and show you what it looked like previously, here it is. The first one after. The first one after. You don't get to see this thing doing its thing, but that's fine. But you do get to see a decent amount of stuff happening here. Small amount. But you got a whole lot more space here to work with. Man, am I glad I figured out how to go about doing perspective in this department. As well as, what do you call it? It really does glow up like a whole bunch. And now there's more that I want to show you. Here's the red hued thing. Right there. Doing its thing. I'm going to back out a couple of times and minimize this so that we have this in play here. I just want to show you the hue colors. Oh, here's a hellscape. Good old orange hue right here. Nice, good old red-orange hue. You can definitely see differences here in both of them. It is, whoops. Yeah, magenta, orange, dull orange? Would that be called? I don't know. Before I do anything, let me look through here. Yeah, that one's just purple with some red skies, but that's not really anything to go off of. A drought plains over here, nothing to go off of either. Just all white. And that means the only thing here to go off of, assuming that I had... No, I think this is the 6th one. Yeah, there's somewhere left of this. And the only thing left now is the Blood Ocean. Another warm color hue right here. All the warm colors right here, doing their thing. And since this is pretty much done, I might as well also just do this, because why not? Ah, yes. Insane, isn't it? Oh wait, that's the wrong area. You gotta expand this way. Oh, and then you gotta go this way. There we go. The red hues right here. Well, you can barely see with my face here. Let me just actually move you a little bit over in this direction. Well, regardless, the red hues. Magenta, orange, red, brown, dull orange. It's the Crimson Jungle. I mean, I guess the one thing about this is the fact that the Crimson Jungle in the original one does kind of have more reds. I mean, if you were to go on ahead and look at the color scheme for this, it does seem like it's... Well, actually, no, the grass is a little bit more gray and dullish. So, I mean, yeah, it's still crimson. It's still, like, supposed to be red-themed with some red stuff here. Well, that's all there is to it, folks. Anyways, thank you all for watching today's episode of Art Time. If you liked it, if you enjoyed it, please leave a like. Subscribe for more and check out their playlist. See all the other episodes and all the other drawings that we did. And of course, a previous episode of Art Time resides right here. And I guess since this is going to be posted Wednesday, the most recent episode of Minecraft the ROTC edition. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. There's a cat wishes for you. Later.